All right, we'll let this rest for a second. I think what we're gonna do now is actually get started on tapping our remote start wire and see if we can get that guy to work. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We're gonna take a little switch here. We're gonna tap into that orange again. So wherever this guy's orange may be, I think it's right here again. Try to get him in the way where he's really contacted. I think this is right here. There you go. I think now he's feeling that. So what we're going to do is go and get a jumper cable. What should we do? Just get a blue one? Where is our blue one, huh? It's weird. Thought we had a blue one in here somewhere. If not, we'll get a yellow one. Maybe we never did have a blue one in here. Alright, so here's a yellow jumper cable. Yellow's coming from this side, or yellow and orange we call it. Alright, so we're going to go and put this guy here. This is pretty much coming from our signal pulsar, and we're using our same remote. We're going to find out right now. And we're going to see if we can disconnect the orange wire. That's what APM said, the orange wire coming from our remote alarm, we could probably get to the harness there and disconnect it. So that's no problem there to test that one out. So let's check this out. So let's see if our remote start works. Let's go and unlock it. You can see the alarm's not connected to it, thank goodness. 1, 2.
Yeah, the glass.
See that? It starts, it just not starts, but it lights up like it would a start. Alright, so let's turn that off. Alright, so let's go and do this what APM said. We're going to keep everything configured here. It's saying, oh, well, let's see. Kill switch is on, right? Alright, let's turn the kill switch off for whatever reason, maybe safety. Alright, let's do this one. Unlock it. 1, 2, 3. See that? It looks like everything would have started. See that? You can see that when I start it, the battery gauge goes up and everything. But it's not really starting it though. Alright, so let's do this now. Let's find out something else. Excuse me. Let's go and disconnect the orange wire. I think with this one we could probably disconnect it from the harness end so we can actually reattach it back if we need to. Unlike this guy here, unfortunately, we have to actually either break him or what. I'm almost tempted to break him because I think maybe he's one that's causing the problem. But if we break him, how would the ignition coil, because his benzene is integrated, how would it actually read? So that's another challenge there. We could probably use this guy here to unhook him. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So we gotta get that orange wire out of there. So let's go and pull that one out. So a little messy here. So we're gonna remove our orange wire, either from whichever male connector in. So we're not going to tap anymore of that guy. We could probably remove it maybe from this end. We could probably do it from this end. So there is our orange wire here from our alarm system. And what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it so it won't join our remote alarm from this side. Because this right now is joined to our ignition coil wire. It's tapped into it, so we're going to remove it from this side here. So that shouldn't be too hard. So here we go. We're going to probe it out. I think this guy here can probably probe things out pretty nicely. So we'll put this guy in there. You see there, like a little dental. I think this is what they're for. Be careful though, it could hurt you. There you go, it's out. That wasn't hard, right? So let's go, well, first of all, we gotta put this whole connection back because all the other wires need to be connected. I was gonna say let's fire it up, but not quite yet. So let's go ahead and put this guy back into his little housing there. Oh. See, the alarm came right on, start flashing. Alright, so let's do this. Let's see if the remote alarm works. Unlock. See, it's flashing right. Here we go. Let's start it. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Okay, we removed the orange wire from the remote alarm, or the whole setup, but still not starting the scooter. See that? I could do a little bit longer press, maybe. Still nothing.
There you
There we go. So,
Come here.
still not there. Alright, so there we go. So that's not really going to do the trick for us. So it wasn't the orange wire either. Interesting, huh? Now, we're going to take that same concept and see if we can at least get our RPM gauge working. Or let's do this. We'll remove the orange wire. We'll leave it off. Let's try one more setup. This is probably going to involve us manipulating our existing switch here. So let's do the switch here, switcheroo here. Got a little treat. He's running out. That's all they care for. Alright, so here we go. We're going to take that guy out. H6, H7. I think it was an H6. Alright, we might need the extension. Because I really want to do is tap to see if I can actually tap the independent wires. Oh, this is actually H55. Might need extension for them too. See if I get extension somewhere here. This is a good enough extension. We don't need too long. We just need to be able to cross over the brake lever. So we're going to try to manipulate this guy here and see if we can actually get our alarm to respond. We'll leave the orange wire off. Oh my gosh. H4, huh? Golly, it's surprising me now. H4 it is then. I guess it's H4 and what was it, 2.5? Or H4 and H3 maybe? There we go. Lefty loosey. Not even that tight. I don't even know why I need the socket wrench. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take them all out. And we're just going to manipulate his wires there to get him to work to our will. Super. Ah, didn't want that, but had no choice. This thing was. See if I can. This thing's actually held by the brake lever. Can't do that. Okay, so here we go. We got this guy off. Let's put these guys back in here. We didn't put blue lock there. That's a good thing. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna manipulate these wires here. We know where our kill switch is, supposedly. Let's say. We know where our start wire is, so let's see if we can probe these guys here. So let's see here, we got a green wire. Okay, and then we got the orange wire, which is going to connect to our blue wire. And then we have, let's see here, let's see how we're going to do this. Here we go. Alright, there we go. We'll flip the switch there. Okay, so what we're going to do is, it's harder to, I don't know if we can even bite on these guys here, the solder joints. But we probably can. I mean, that'll probably be the best bet here. Okay, so we're going to need a green wire. I'm going to bite into the other wire. And let's see here. This guy's a I believe these guys are male connectors in there. I hope they are, but they're probably not. They're probably not. So I think these guys are more male connector in this end. Why? Because I could tell these guys are male connectors too, so it wouldn't make any sense there. But we're going to try our best to try to get these wires tapped and test it. So let's bring our jumper cables here. We got to bring all our jumper wires out. So let's do this. He's looking for some more doggy treats. He doesn't realize there's a bag full right there. So he's sniffing all around. Okay, so we get the green wire for ground. And we're going to, I'm not sure we should keep, well, we can't keep this guy on there because he's using for the other harness. So let's take this harness off. They're good here. So I guess leaving that brake lever tied up did actually help us a lot. Stop the wheel for one thing, and also helped us start the scooter, whether remotely or not. Oh, didn't think about that. Maybe the brake lever doesn't need to be turned on when it's actually remote starting. I don't think it matters. I think with the brake levers is an extra caution. I don't think the remote start would actually, because who would have time to come over here, hold the remote start where they could easily start themselves, right? So, but still, we have it pressed on there. I don't think that would create the problem. And I don't think this guy, he does have a good connection, but I need to get one for the ground. So let's go get another fuse and jump him to ground. And again, we're going to manipulate this switch here to see if we can even start our scooter. I think there's a possibility we can. There's probably no reason why not to. Bring two of these guys in here. Alright, so here we go. Let's do this. We're going to put this one guy in here. There we go. There's one of our grounds here. We got that guy figured out. And we're going to bite him with the green, even though he's red. Bear with me. Don't worry about the color cues yet. Okay, so here we go. This is it. Now we're going to try to tie in, supposedly. This guy here, he needs to tie into the switch here. So we're not going to use a kill switch, see, because there is no one in here anyway. We can manipulate these to probably make a kill switch. But we're going to try to see if we can actually just do it this route. Okay, so this guy, oh, we want him to tie together here. So what we're going to do is bite him and bite this guy at the same time. And this one, oh, okay, he's going to drop. So let me do one at a time. Okay, what we're going to do is connect the blue wire directly here with the alligator clip, I mean. Okay, so let's go and bite this guy here with the alligator clip. Let's see if I can get a good connection of both pieces together. There we go. I think I got him. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump this one here. We're going to jump it directly to our orange wire here. Okay, let's see if I can bite. Yeah, I can bite actually, surprisingly. So these guys allow me to bite their little solder joints. Just don't want to do it too often there. Okay, now I need a... Is this a green wire? I think this might be our ground. I'm guesstimating here. My own risk. Alright, so let me get a little bit more exposure there. I try to bite it so he won't interfere with the other guy. It's a little harder because he's kind of soft. Okay, I think it's got it. I want to make sure he doesn't touch the other color wire. Okay, I might have to hold him like this. It's kind of funky, I know. I might have to hold him to be able to make sure his insulators... Well, maybe I could pull the insulator down. There you go. Not far down enough. Or maybe I can angle this a little bit differently. There we go. I think there we go. Not touching each other. All right, so here we go. We got so far. We think we got. And this switch is not utilized. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our keys in ignition, and we don't have to hold the brake lever. Thank goodness. First of all, let's find out we can start manually, and then we can find out how we can start remotely. So here we go. The key is going in ignition. There goes the keys in ignition. The light's on. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the off position. Everything's killed. These guys aren't touching each other, I assume. Yeah, they're not. Barely though, but they're not. They're not touching each other. And then the brake lever is being already held down for us. So let's go. I'm gonna push that start button here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll be damned. Look at that. It starts. Now there's no kill switch, right? Because we haven't made a kill switch. Okay, so all we had to do was ground and a little wire there to jump it. If that's the case, someone could actually jump your scooter easily, wouldn't you think? I mean, there's a key here, of course, to initiate everything. Okay, and the orange wire's still out of the thing, right? The orange wire's just floating around. He's floating around in space. He's not. Let me go and drop this down a little bit. Hopefully this allows me to. Oh shit. So the orange wire initiated, but you look at it, I took the orange wire out. In fact, here I can take the whole switch out. See, the orange wire initiated it, and that was it. So I'll put this, well, it doesn't really matter, we'll turn the key off. But anyway, I want to show you that. So you can actually take it off and still be running the scooter, like the entire switch is off. This was it. This is the only thing that's holding him there. So I'm going to take the whole switch off. See that? And you can see here, the orange wire is not even connected at all. Right there. This guy's floating around in space. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is try the same concept. I'm going to turn it off. I'll turn it off by the key though, because there's no kill switch anymore. That's the purpose. In case your key gets jammed, it won't turn off. You have no other way of, you know, reaching over for your scooter to kill it other than that kill switch. So that's why it's sort of mandatory. You're supposed to have a kill switch on the scooter. Well, we'll have it on, but we don't say it's working. But it's kind of nice. It's also another inconvenience too sometimes, because you always have to remember to flip the kill switch on versus just, you know, your key once it's pulled out it's done. Okay, so now here we go. We can turn it on position, but how will we start the scooter, right? Okay, let's try this out. I'm going to try this out, okay? I'm not even sure if I can start. Let me see. We don't have any switch connected. I'm going to start the scooter. What a concept here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Holy shit! You guys see that? I'm not sure what happened. Without the switch on. Oh my god, let's do this again. It looked like it was trying to register something. Holy shit. Okay, here we go. I got off. No switch whatsoever. And on. Oh, APM is gonna be freaked out. This is like a body working without this head. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. But it dies out prematurely. I'm not sure because it's low gas or what. So something is telling it to that it needs a key on there. I'll be damned. Okay, let's put our orange wire back. I got it. I think I got it. Let's go and put our orange wire back here and see what happens now. Okay, let's turn this off. I'll do it again for you guys just to make sure, okay? 1, 2, 3. It'll start for a little bit, and then it'll die off. It's like something's not sending signal to make sure everything else is working properly, right? But let's see if I have this connected, okay? Before I connect the orange wire, let's do a little bit of beta testing here. This is freaking interesting. Awesome. There we go. Let's go and put this guy in here just for namesake. In fact, I feel like almost, well, I can't really join them together like this. But anyway, that blue wire is pretty much what's controlling him. In fact, I bet you it won't even work if I took out the blue wire. I mean, our remote start. So let's go and take out the blue wire. We'll troubleshoot one thing at a time. So I'm going to pull out the blue wire. In fact, here, if you take this whole thing out, you can disconnect the whole blue wire assembly to the actual, what's it called, orange again. So let's do this. Let's do this. Unlock. I know it drains out the battery, they told me. So let's see what the battery level is like when we start it. Ready? And even if it does start, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. See, the blue wire, it's not triggering that one. I think the orange wire what actually registers it. So let's go and put this one back. This is amazing. If this is the case, I'll never have to use that key slot again. I'll just use the, well, let's find out. Let's do this now. We're going to go and throw the orange wire back. I think the orange wire here is the one that actually sends the pulse like, okay, we disabled the ignition or something like that. So let's go ahead and do this. This is very interesting. All right, so okay, let's take all these switches out. There we go. We got our remote start to work. Now it's a matter of why is it not staying on? is I think because that orange wire plays a role in helping us pretty much. So let's go ahead and put this guy on here. Shoot. You guys remember what slot he came in? I could trace him here from this other harness. It's not like I can't, right? Okay, so he's almost in the corner. Yeah, he's a corner wire here. You see there? He's the corner wire. And besides, the middle one doesn't have anything. So we're good there to know really quick. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this guy back in the corner. He's just in the corner here. I believe we feed him. I just want to make sure we got the same pattern. Yeah, they go this way. Alright, so there we go. We're going to put him back in the corner. There you go. Look, he just locks right on his own. Okay, sorry. He just locks right on his own. So we put him right in the corner here. There we go. Okay, so the orange wire is necessary. Unfortunately, APM said it wasn't, but we'll find out if it's the one that's necessary for it to keep mobilizing. So meaning keep staying on, because it probably needs to detect that orange wire is in ignition. Oh, shoot. Let me see. I put it on. My alarm flickers, because that's normal. All right, so here we go. Now, we already know the blue wire ain't going to start it, so I'll even do another test here. I'll leave the blue wire off, and I'm going to hit the start on my remote. Now, let's see our battery level, of course. The battery's going to love us for it right now. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. See that? The blue wire needs a trigger. See, so our battery's at 12.7. Man, this thing does take a little bit. See that? 12.7 volts. So let me turn it off. Okay, so let's do this. Let's connect the blue wire to this, and this should actually remote start. I'm just using this to pin the blue wire to the orange yellow wire, because the other end of this yellow wire is not connected to the switch or anything like that. So let me try to pin him real quickly. Come on, it's like playing alligator with these guys. Alright, so it's pinned there. Alright, here we go. So you can see here the yellow wire's not connected. And I'm going to go from afar and see if I can start the scooter. The key's out. 1, 2, 3. Darn. I think the orange wire needs to be out. But whatever's keeping it not from starting. That's the question. We got it to work. Okay, so let's take back the orange wire out. But why is it not maintaining? I don't know. So APM could still be onto this guy here. We doubted APM for just a split second. There's what we get. So the orange wire. Or was it? Is there anything different here? Or did it make good contact here? The ground. Oh, maybe the ground's not good. So let me go ahead and make sure. Well, the ground's not connected to anything anyway. What am I talking about? So let's see here. So we didn't need a switch. The switch almost interfered with us connecting. So let's take out that orange wire, shall we? I thought the orange wire will help us stabilize, but actually the orange wire defeated our purpose of trying to get it out. So let's do this again. Let's remove the orange wire. We removed them from here, so we'll continue on. Remove them from here. Simple as just getting your little dagger here. You can almost see them from the other side, right? There you go. Alright, so the orange wire is removed again. Let's go and plug this guy back in. Well, gotta make sure he clicks first before I step back. Okay, let's do this. The blue wire is still connected to the orange wire. I mean, it's not the orange wire, the red and yellow wire here. Okay, so we're gonna go unlock it, then step back. You can see the key's out of ignition period. The key's with me right here. Let's fire this up. 1, 2. Look at that. It starts, and then something caused it to die. It probably needs to initiate maybe the kill switch. Maybe we need to have the kill switch mechanism on of some sort. But then the kill switch killed the other one as well. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So let's do this. We try connect it to our switch again. Even though when we had it on the switch, it didn't serve us any good because it grounded it. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, we're gonna need a ground. Try to get it to a level where it's, okay, we're gonna go ahead and put this here. Okay, interesting, huh? Now, let me see if I can hook this guy here so he stays stabilized. I just need to get a hook on him. Let me see if I can do this, or bring him in somewhere higher or something. Just kind of have him hook and stay there. I'll have his wire harness kind of hold himself. Okay, so there it goes. It's held on. It's not touching each other. Okay, let's go ahead and leave that on the switch here. I'm going to go and get back. You guys can see me. Unlock. Hit it. 1, 2, 3. See that? I'm not sure what. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hold a little bit longer. See, that kills it really quickly. 1, 2, 3. It's like it's not, there's not some initiation going on, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure what's prematurely killing it. It'll start it, and then it'll die. It's an interesting concept. Let me go ahead and contact APM on this one, see if he can help me boggle down with it. Okay, just talked to APM Tony from APM Scootering, and he recommended, let's see if we can restore the skunk wire back to its original. So what we're going to do is, since we manipulate the skunk wire, we broke it in between by putting the pink and the gray switch to sort of work as intermittently. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to switch it back. So let's go and do this. We're going to give the skunk wire back its initial, what do you call that, initial connection continuity straight to its original source, which is the other skunk wire. So what we're going to have to do is we'll keep the orange wire off still. Now we got to figure out how to, we'll get our pink wire out, because I think our pink wire here goes directly to ignition, and we're going to jump the pink wire directly, pretty much, I think it's the, let's see here, I think the skunk wire is here also. We're going to jump the pink wire directly to this one. So hopefully the gray wire won't interfere. I think he shouldn't though, but let's remember where the pink wire is. So the pink wire, again, is between the yellow and gray wire. So remember that when we take it out, okay? So we got two things taken out now. The orange wire and the pink wire. So we're going to go ahead and reroute the pink wire directly. We're going to have the pink wire, since it's right here, you can see here, the pink wire goes directly to the ignition here, like it was turning on. We're going to jump it back directly to the other side of the, well, sort of like you could say the gray wire here. So, in fact, why don't we do this? We don't even have to pull it out. I think we just put a little pin here. It will connect these two together. Because remember, this side of the gray wire is going directly on here already. So we can probably take a fuse, really. I think we can probably get a fuse. Here, there's a fuse. So what we're going to do is, this gray wire was joining in this end, and then this pink wire was going directly to ignition coil, right? So what we're going to do is take a fuse and just hop it together. I guess that was the simple fix right there. And this will probably maybe keep our remote start working longer. Let's see if this will actually fit both. No, it's a little too shy. That's okay. We're going to create like maybe a little wedge of some sort, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure out something. We'll just need a little piece of wire jumper. We can make one or find a little smaller setup. Just need a piece of little, oh, look at all that. That would have been all in the ground, and I would have had another detour of work to do. So let me try this. I'm not out of the woods works yet. Whoa. That's why I don't like to keep things open, and definitely not on these kind of setup. So let's go and find that real quick. We can jump it. Just need like a piece of wire. Just to kind of loop it around each other. Look at that, almost figuring out these guys might work. You know, even one of these guys are here, you can strip it because they are metal, right? So let's do that. Let's strip them. Little tie straps. Not tie strap, but little metal, what do you call that? Flexi ones. So you can see a little bit of MacGyver here. There we go. I got most of them out. That's a problem. There we go. There goes. There's more of him. Just need a little bit. That's all. Okay. Got, you see, it's enough piece of little metal there. Oh, got the whole thing out. That's fine. Would be nice to have some insulator, but that's okay. It's no worry. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna utilize him to jump. See if he breaks off. Thin piece of wire here to jump it. Oh man, there he is. almost look like a dog hair. All right, so here we go. All we gotta do is, and now we jump here, we gotta make sure it fits back into that little slot there. We can't do it. You know why? Because if you look at it, that little slot there is ready to join them to the alarm again. And that's our problem last time. So we do have to take them out. I figure we jump it here and then that's it, right? Done deal. But we need to plug the rest of the wires into the harness there again. So that won't work. That's fine. If worse comes to worse, when we pull them out, we'll just remember it. But we will pull the gray. Yeah, we'll pull the gray wire from here. And we'll pull the pink wire. So just remember the gray wire is more toward those little open loop here. Okay, so we're going to pull those two guys out. So let's use a little nice picket tool here. All you gotta do is get the picket tool right in there, shove it in there, and just leave it in there until, oh, see, you can almost pull out like that. You can see where the shadow here. Oh, don't want to make sure it's straightened out, so maybe take your picket tool out. Okay, so there we go. Let's get this one guy next. Shove your little pick tool there. Once you get out to a point, you can probably pull it, but again, it has a little interlock, so if it's not, then you gotta pull that pick tool a little bit more in there. Just make sure you know how to use your pick tool. There we go. Alright, so we're going to join these two together. Okay, this guy can go back into the hung without the orange wire either, okay? Remember, the orange wire is going to be here. The gray wire is going to be here. And then the pink wire is here. Alright, so we got quite a few wires out now. Let me go and show APM this. I'm going to take a picture real quick so he can see the setup that we did. We're going to be joining these two wires together. Back to back. Okay. Hopefully this will keep the engine starting. Alright. So let's plug this guy back into the harness. We'll just use the alligator clip to close these two together. No problem there. Alright, so let's do this. Now that we got... In fact, we don't even need our controller connected. So let's just go and rop off of these guys here, any one. Alright, so what we're going to do is just join this gray wire. So what it's really doing is making a connection directly again from the harness, ignition coil harness, directly to his destination path, which was the same. Alright, so we'll just close these guys two together. See if I can grip them both. I want to make sure they're both gripped. So I might want to come from the top. Like this guy here. I can sandwich them together. There we go. Alright, make sure this doesn't touch anything. If it's plastic, it's fine. Alright, so let's fire this one up again. And again, we don't need our switch. We just need the blue wire connected to our orange. So here we go. Turn it off. Let's start. 1, 2. Ah, there it goes. See, the skunk wire needs to register because the alarm's saying, look, I won't fire because I can't find out the skunk wire. So the skunk wire is doing that kill switch, which it's supposed to do, and it's killing faster, prematurely, more faster than that. So, okay, so here we go. Take some snapshot. I'm going to feed this back to APM, let him know. We figure it probably would do this effect. Oh, but I never had the original switch hooked onto it, right? So let's do this. I'm going to hook on the original. Well, that's going to be the whole purpose of us manipulating the switch right from the get-go. But let's see. So we'll see what happens. In fact, if someone was to hotwire your scooter, it would probably do the same effect. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to take this off. Okay, since we connected that skunk wire back here, you can see we just joined the skunk wire directly. Ignore the pink and gray wire. It's just using it as a jumper wire back. So, because normally it splits off and our alarm actually controls to let them know that, you know, purposely is being hot wire or something like that. But now that we use the gray wire, which is directly to the wire harness of our scooter, and then also the pink wire, which connects to the same skunk wire directly to our ignition wire. And we also try to see if we can even test it with the, the new switch, just to have it on there. And we still have our blue wire connected to our orange and white wire to be able to initiate the start. So that blue wire is the one that triggers it, okay? Now, it will start it, or try to start it. Here we go, see this. See this? That's normal because right now the skunk wire is doing its job. It's saying, hey, look, I don't feel like there's an ignition key in there whatsoever. So that's probably what's stopping it. But let's do this now. Let's actually give it back to orange wire. But the orange wire, I think that what it is, the orange wire is going to tell that the remote starter, say, hey, look, I got the orange wire in there. But the orange wire might not even prevent us from actually even being able to start the scooter too. So it's sort of a catch-22 right now. We're still, doing a lot of testing phase. So let's continue on testing here, shall we? So what I'm going to do is kind of take this out. I'm going to squeeze the orange wire back. Again, I'm trying to manipulate the user remote, but I'm not using a kill switch, see? So the orange wire needs to detect that the kill switch is enabled. It will allow you to start it, but, well, even with the key, look, I'll show you. Even with the key, it won't even allow you to start it because the kill switch is disabled, right? So let's see there. I turn the key on, and now I'm going to push the button, right, to start it. Whoa. Okay, everything's connected back there. I'm just going to hit the button there. See that? It won't even let me because it doesn't detect there's a kill switch to allow me to do that. Okay, so even though this gets disconnected right now, it's still there. Okay, so let's go and turn this off. The battery's level is 12.8 now. Thank goodness it's fluctuating between 12.7 and 12.8. All right, so let me just leave this key on. Well, I don't have to leave it on. I'll just leave it off here to the side. Okay, let's go and connect back to orange wire and let's see if that guy helps us, because he's probably the one that's detecting there's a key in the ignition. However, if that's the case, then that might actually serve as even more worse. Before we try, let's see here. Should we do that first or even connect our original switch on there? I don't think that our original switch will help us any, but let's try it. We'll connect our original switch here, right? Because now the skunk wire is fully connected together. And we'll even keep our original switch on. How about that? Before we manipulate the orange wire, let's just go ahead and connect this guy back. So we're going to take out the green wire here. Take out this guy here. Okay, so this guy's just using as his alligator clip to clamp on there. You can see there. So what I'm going to do is just kind of just shove this guy here back in here like this. Let's see if I can shove him. I have to shove him this way. Sorry. I have to shove this guy. I'm shoving back our original switch with the kill switch and everything, right? And I know APM said he had to actually have his kill switch enabled or something like that for his alarm to work at least. So you have to keep that on for safety. I don't know. But we're going to find out, see if we can actually do away without that as well. So we're going to try to do our best here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that guy on here. So we know the role of the blue wire is definitely to initiate the start, which it did its part. Okay, so here we go. We got that guy hooked on, this guy, so forth. Let's go and enable this guy. On, okay, this is on, okay. So the kill switch is being shorting itself here, and we also short it back directly the wires to the kill switch here. But let's see if the alarm will interfere or even allow us to work. So let's go and get a remote start. Let's go and unlock everything when we start. Okay, let's fire it up. 1, 2. Same thing, same issue, even with the switch on, the original switch on, and how it's shorting the kill switch on the other end, it still has the same issue. So I know that I'll probably start maybe. Let's see, now it realizes the key is on. Okay, the key is in the on position here, right? Let's turn this off. Make sure, okay, it's off. The battery's still 12.8 volts. And I'm gonna hit this little on button here. See, nothing happening. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and play around. We're gonna go and connect the orange wire back. So that will give us different scenarios here. Now let's do this. Okay, let's go and connect that orange wire back. For whatever reason, that orange wire might be the key to tie up the other loose ends. Who knows? It might not. But we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out together. Okay, so here we go. Easy, sleazy. Just got to slip that orange wire back in there. You remember he went to the slot where there was one vacant between him. So it's got to be this guy here. Just got to poke that in there. That's what I like about these connectors. You can always fiddle them back in. And there it goes. The orange wire is back in now. Now he's going to go back in the game. And when I put it in there, you can see the light flicker. That's just the alarm being active. Alright, so let's do this. We got our key, the remote. Now the orange wire is back in the game. And our blue wire is still joined to our orange and red wire there. So let's go and unconnect it. Fire it up. Nothing. The orange wire won't even help us any. In fact, it made it worse because it won't even allow the remote start to actually trigger. So that's not going to be a possibility there. And then unfortunately with the skunk wire constantly disconnected, no breaking point, I mean, it allows the least start to scooter, but it didn't allow it to keep the scooter running. That's a problem there. So if that's the case here, all the scenarios here, we kind of exhausted. So let's go and take back that skunk orange wire out, and then we'll move forward from there. Let's go ahead and pop him out. The little pick tool is easier than the flathead. So let's go ahead and get that. Let's go and get that little guy out here. It's kinda, I don't want to do it too many times. You can see they're kind of, you know, getting jammed in there. There we go. All right, so he's out. Now we got to think. What's the deal? I mean, I know these guys, they need to work together, but they're not doing us a big favor by... I think the gray wire and so forth, we can... Even if we swamp it... I'm almost thinking of swamping the gray wire on the hose housing here and see what will happen. I mean, we'll put the gray... I'm sorry. They were together anyway. We'll put the gray wire here and then put the other gray wire there. I mean, literally, we're swamping it, but I'm not sure what that swamping will do, really. One coming from this end, the other one coming from that end. Maybe. Let's see. I mean, we are already got exhausted a little bit of our options here. All right, so we just took out pretty much the orange wire, so we're back to where we were again. It will try to start, but I think the kill switch is doing its part in killing the scooter. It won't even allow us to, like, really fully engage and get going. So let's do it. Let's just see where we're at. There we go, snap. All right, so let's do this. Let me start it. Unlock. Now you can see it try to crank, but it won't crank. That's just the way it is. So, the only option with D is, amazing enough, we can probably cross. I mean, I don't know what it'll do to the polarity of our wires here, because I'm thinking of putting the wires on the other slot. So we're hopefully connected all the way here. Okay. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask APM again on this scenario here. We pretty much exhausted the other scenario other than flipping these guys around and putting them opposite what they were in the harness. And for whatever reason on the wild hair or something, it might actually... I know for one thing it'll start the scooter, but it'll probably prematurely kill it. So instead of guesstimating, let's do it. So let's do this. Okay, so we're actually going to... Actually, you know what? Why don't we break it off, period? Let's just break it off. We haven't tried the breaking off port yet. And breaking off is easier because it's already breaking off now. So let's do this. We just broke off our skunk wire. See if it even tries to start remotely. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. See that? When the skunk wire is broken off, it almost the same thing as it was connected or joined it somehow, right? So the alarm sends a signal saying, hey, look, these guys belong together. But when it's joined together, it prematurely kills it. I'll do the joining part again, shall we? Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this guy here, he's joined it back to the black wire ignition here. Because this gray wire, I know this gray wire is fed through here. So let me take this and analyze this real quick here. Because I remember that there's only 4 probes, right? And one of these probes that has a gray wire should be, or should have been. Let's see here. See where the gray wire plays this part. Cause the gray. You know what? I'm such a moron. The gray wire never really even entered this area here. That's my fault. All right, so let me go ahead and. Okay, so this is the gray wire going directly to the ignition here, right? And we need to take this guy here, and we need to jump him right here directly to the skunk wire. So forget that connecting this gray wire to this gray, because this gray wire was just there like a loop. He wasn't, actually no, he would be not loop. He actually probably fed through the male here, and he came out this way. But there's only 4 wires. I don't see a gray wire connected to you. So let me pull this guy back a little bit and see if there's a gray wire here at all. And maybe this, oh, there it goes, see? That's a gray wire. So that gray wire did make its contact here. So that gray wire did do its part. So the gray wire is the same as jumping these two together. And then when this is plugged in, it jumps to this one here. So even though the gray wire is not connecting to the other end. But you know what, I'll make it even more easier. We'll just do this way. We'll bypass the gray wire and go from the pink wire directly to the other side of the skunk wire. Even though I know it's the same, but let's just see. Alright, so here we go. We gotta get a little fuse in there or something like that to help us. This one could probably take a big fuse. You might be got a little gap him a little bit better. Alright, so we're just using a fuse as a jumper, not like we need a fuse there or anything like that. Okay, so here we go. I'm not even can fit. Oh shit! I can fit a fuse in there, but I can't even fit a fuse in there. All right, so that fuse is too big anyway. Let's see if I can use these guys here. Let's see, this guy will. I just need him to make contact. And unfortunately, this one's too fatty. Maybe I'll need a smaller fuse. Go back to these little guys again. I'm not sure of how deep these guys are. Let me make sure. I can even see the connection. Okay, I can see the connection a little bit. You guys can see a little connection there in the tip. There we go. So let's check this out. The gray wire, we know it's going to this first slot here. Even though I know I should just use the gray wire, but just to make sure we eliminate all errors or all possibility of, you know, unreferenced cross. We're gonna try to force this fuse gauge here into him. There we go. I think he's got continuity there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to join this green wire here. And then I'm going to join this guy here. Now, the gray wire is not touching anything, right? He would have been the same continuity, actually. In fact, we could check for continuity right now, I believe. See, if this gray wire was looping with this guy here, he will make a sound. So let's do this. Let's check for continuity, shall we? That's one best way to check. Okay. So we want to make sure we got good continuity, meaning that wires are the same wire connected, or they were anyway. They're probably not anyway. I think there's a broken, because, or no, they're not, because they should be connected because he's connected like this. So that little black wire is connected through this harness, then the harness goes to the other end of the gray wire. So if I put this meter here, there we go. Here's the sound. I'll hold one here. You guys can see me hold it. Okay. It's open line right now. Let's see this one. See, there's no good continuity here. Not a good contact. So that means this fuse is either not working or this gray wire is not connecting properly. I'll be damned. Huh. Alright, let me probe this guy now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take out the fuse. I'm going to go inside and probe that black wire. Look at that, see? That's good contact right there. You hear it?